And we're back. Hey, 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 to the Princess and the Valley Man. We are on chapter 12, the Snake Pit. Let's settle in here and see what Solus and Luna are up to. Solus urged them on. We need to keep moving. We should not stop. Can we move faster? Princess Luna said. I want to get out of here. Luna was deathly afraid of insects and arachnids. Where she was from, there was no such things, and she was very scared. But this is true paradise, Kiko exclaimed. So much food, so delightful. I love to eat scorpions and spiders. Kiko caught a scorpion and started to eat it. Solus, let's go as fast as we can from here, Luna said. Let Kiko stay and let him enjoy his meal. He can catch up with us quickly later. Oh, yes, there is no rush for me. I will catch up with you once I've had my fill. Really, do not worry about me. As you know, I can run fast, replied Kiko happily, a scorpion struggling in his beak. Luna could not really understand how anyone could eat scorpions and spiders, and this very much surprised her. By this point, they were almost at a run, trying to get through the cave and away from all the creepy crawlies. After a few minutes, they noticed that the crushing sound had ceased. They stopped and again lowered the lantern to see the ground, and to their relief, it was just rocks and dirt once again. Thank goodness, we made it past all that, Solus panted. I hope it is easy the rest of the way. Kiko also materialized from nowhere with a big smile on his face, screaming happily, I am here now. I told you I would reach you faster than you thought. I can run 30 kilometers per hour. You made it, Kiko, Solus said. You are great, but now let's go. We still have a long way to go. The three of them continued on, and for what seemed like hours, when all of a sudden they came across a split in the tunnel. Which way do we go? Princess Luna's voice quivered with apprehension. How do we know which is the way out? I am not sure, Solus replied, but there is only one way to find out. Let's go left. Just as they were starting to go down the left tunnel, they heard a hiss, and it said, Don't go that way. They stopped and looked around. Is someone there? Come out and show yourself. Step into the light, Solus called out. Just then the lantern started to flicker and went out. The cave was dark again. The cave was again dark as a moonless night, and at this moment Luna's hair began to glow with a million stars. Okay, but you are not going to like it, the voice said. Just then a rather large snake slithered into the light, rising up from the darkness, looking Solus straight in the eye. This snake had heavy sand-colored scales with a spotted, dark brown pattern on its back, and it had a rattle at the end of its tail. It also had two little horns on the end of its nose. You can see a picture of it right here. You ever seen a rattlesnake? I have. I actually have seen a roadrunner attack a rattlesnake. I didn't stick around to see who won, but that was down in Big Bend National Park in Texas. And I've seen a roadrunner as well, and they do run quickly across the ground. The snake spoke. Don't go that way. Solus was astonished, yet he managed to ask, Well, where does this path go? I cannot tell you that, the snake hissed. But all I can say is that one path leads out of the cave and into the meadow, and the other path leads to the bottomless pit and a horrible death. Well, how do we know which path to take then? Luna said. You have to make this choice for yourselves, the snake said. But choose wisely, for once you start down a path, there is no turning back. Solus and the princess and Kiko looked at one another for a minute, and then they felt a slight bit of wind coming from the tunnel on the right. I think we should go right, Solus said. Do you feel that? The wind coming from the right tunnel? That means there's an opening that way, and it is not too far either. The three of them started to walk down the tunnel on the right, and then they heard a bit of rumble and grew louder and louder. So they started to run. They stopped and looked back just on time to see the walls and roof cave in the block the way and block the way to where they had just come from. Just then the snake appeared right in front of them. I see you have made your choice on which way you want to go. Shall we see if you have chosen correctly? Solus and Princess Luna continued down the path, and to their surprise it seemed to be easy going. Kiko, still riding on Solus's shoulder, and the snake was just slithering behind them, keeping its distance. I can eat this snake, you know I can, Kiko whispered to Solus. I would be delighted, even though my tummy's full from eating scorpions and spiders. This snake annoys me so much. Yes, Kiko, I know you eat snakes, but this one is a little bit too big even for you. I don't like this, Princess Luna said. This is too easy. Something is wrong, and the snake is creeping me out, just following us, like it is waiting for something to happen. I know, Solus said. I get the same feeling too. I think I see something up ahead, Kiko said. It looks like a big hole in the path. Soon the three of them were close enough to see what it was, and Kiko was right. It was a large pit, probably several meters in diameter. This pit, however, was not truly bottomless. It was full of snakes, just waiting for their next meal to come along. The snake that was following them had disappeared and was nowhere to be seen. Do you think we can jump across it? Solus asked the princess. I do not think we have another way, Princess Luna said. Taking a deep breath, we really have to jump. Look, there are some plant roots jutting out of the ceiling, Kiko said, pointing up. If we can climb along the wall over to the ledge, then we can reach those roots and swing the rest of the way across. That is a brilliant idea, Kiko, Solus said. I will go first to make sure that it is possible, and then when I get across, you can follow. Solus said to Luna and Kiko. Solus climbed the wall and made it to the ledge without a hitch. Then he grabbed what looked to be a sturdy root and gave it a few good tugs, just to be sure that it was going to hold. Here goes nothing, Solus said. Then he jumped off the ledge, swinging toward the other side of the pit. Underneath him, hundreds of snakes slithered and hissed and waited his fall. Something snapped, and Luna screamed. Oof. The snapping sound came from the vine as Solus let go of it, swinging deftly to the other side of the pit. Climb to the ledge. You can make it, he yelled back to his companions. You should have no problem. Luna started climbing the wall to get over to the ledge. When she got there, the big snake appeared again and slithered toward her. This is chapter 13, by the way, the escape. Hurry, Luna, the snake is coming to get us, screamed Kiko. Luna grabbed a root. Taking a deep breath, she jumped from the ledge and she was swinging through the air to the other side of the pit. When she felt the roots start to break, I hope we make it, she said. We are almost there. Just then the root snapped and Luna landed on the edge of the pit, just enough to grab on the edge, half her body hanging down. She tried to clutch at whatever she could hold on to, yet there was nothing but loose rocks. Woo! Here's a picture of all those rattlesnakes and Princess Luna. There you go. She was just about to fall when Solus reached out and grabbed her and pulled her toward him. She fell forward right into his arms. Thanks, she panted, looking into his eyes. You just saved my life. They looked into each other's eyes for a moment and started to lean in to kiss when they heard Kiko say, That's enough, you two. Besides, I think I can see the way out of here. Look, They both looked up and saw that Kiko was right. It was the way out, and not that far ahead. They had made it through the cave. "Let's hurry," Princess Luna said. "I can't wait to be out of here." The three of them were now running toward the exit. When they got there, they saw the meadow. It was like nothing they had ever seen before. Chapter 14. The Golden Meadow of Forgetfulness. The meadow stretched out in front of them, like a carpet of golden yellow flowers that covered the whole valley floor with an extraordinary, beautiful, but strong smell, reminding them of the smell of homemade vanilla cookies. The three of them just stood there at the exit of the cave and looked in awe for a few moments. "Have you ever seen anything so spectacular?" Luna said. "No, never in my life," replied Solus. "It is another new discovery to me. As though Death Valley is showing me things that no one knows about. But listen, everyone, it will be getting dark soon, and we should find somewhere to camp. It's not safe in this cave." Suddenly, Kiko grabbed a lizard. To Luna's surprise, and it ate it in front of her. "Kiko, I did not know you eat lizards," screamed Luna. "That was unusually weird and gross." Then she cringed and turned away from the scene. Here's a picture of what they say it smell like? Vanilla cookies. You can actually see some cookies in their thoughts as they smell this golden meadow. There's Kiko on the bottom. He's probably more interested in a scorpion cookie. "I was so hungry when I saw it, I had to eat it," Kiko said. "It is very delicious and healthy food for us roadrunners." "Solus, did you know about this? Did you know that birds eat lizards here?" asked Luna. Solus laughed. "Oh yes, Luna, that's quite normal for birds here. You will get used to it." Luna still could not believe what she had just saw and asked Kiko, "Will you please do not eat lizards in front of me? Poor lizards. It just does not feel nice seeing you eating them." Unable to understand Luna's request, Kiko shook his head. Then Solus said, "All right, let's look for a nice spot to camp now." The three of them found a nice little area on the edge of the meadow that had a few trees and a little stream going through it. There they set up camp for the night, caught some fish, and gathered some mesquite beans and made them that wonderful sweet drink again, the same as Timbosha had prepared before. Luna was gathering firewood and some rocks to make a bonfire when something most unexpected happened. She picked up what she thought was a rock which suddenly spoke. "Excuse me, but can you please put me down? I am afraid of heights and I don't like to be picked up." Luna was so startled she looked at the rock she had just picked up and noticed that it had legs and a head. "Be careful, don't drop me," the rock said. "What are you?" Luna asked. "I am a desert tortoise. I live here in the meadows because of all the nice flowers and grasses here are very good to eat," said the tortoise. Luna set the tortoise back on the ground and asked, "What is your name?" Oh, there she is with the tortoise. "My name is Tortoise Tarta." It was very nice to meet you. Now, if you don't mind, I must be on my way home." "Well, do you want to come and join us for dinner?" "No, us tortoises are really creatures of habit and don't like to disturb our routine. Also, I have a very well-established home where I have everything I need, food, water, and mineral resources." Tortoise Tarta said, "And I'm supposed to be home now. So if you don't mind, I will be on my way." Luna rushed back to the camp and told Solus all about her strange encounter with the tortoise and how exciting it was to see all of these new and amazing things here. Solus said, "You met another animal? Actually a reptile. Who can talk? Did you know that there are turtles and tortoises? Did you know that there are turtles and tortoises? They both come from the order Testudines. The major difference between them is that tortoises will live on land and can even live in some really dry, hot climates, whereas turtles will live mostly in around water. We have tortoises in Death Valley since there is not much water there. You were lucky to meet tortoise tarta because they are so rarely seen here, but most sightings are after a good rain. Also, we are so lucky we can experience the meadow full of flowers now, too. Luna was surprised by Solus's knowledge of the subject and just replied, "The nature here amazes me so much. I did not expect to see so much of wonderful wildlife in a place called Death Valley. I have to admit that when I first heard the name Death Valley, I thought it was just going to be a lifeless desert. I was so mistaken. There are quite many plants and animals here, more than where I come from. But also Death Valley reminds me little of my home because it has this kind of similar lunar landscape. Maybe one day I tell you more about it, or I could show you if you come to visit me. I think you would be amazed too, but in a different way." Kiko was just listening to their conversation. Then the three of them ate supper while sitting by the nice fire, enjoying the vanilla cookie smell of the meadow around them. Luna still could not stop thinking about Kiko eating the poor lizard. Kiko felt it and decided to sing his beautiful melodies to make Luna feel better. Soon they were fast asleep and dreaming of home and their adventures. The sun rose like every other morning, and yet today seemed to be different. Today, when the three of them awoken, there was no sense of danger and no sense of urgency. They got up and sat in the camp, talking about the journey they had had so far. There was something unique about this meadow and all the flowers that grew there. These flowers were not as innocent as they appeared. They have a special poison that was carried by the wind and hidden by the flower's sweet smell. This sweet poison makes whoever smells it lose all of their worries and all of their thoughts of going home. So they stay there in the meadow until it's too late. As they started to walk through the meadows, Luna said, "Can we just stay for a few more hours? My feet hurt and I am still a little bit tired." Solus stopped and looked at her for a second and said, "Well, we do have a nice place to camp. That has all we need in this beautiful meadow to look at, with the wonderful smell of the flowers wafting in the breeze. Wafting? So sure, let's stay for one more day." The problem was that it was not just one more day. Each morning the three of them would wake up, get ready to go back home, and start walking through the meadow and find some reason they had to stay just one more day. It was indeed the golden meadow of forgetfulness. This went on for about a week until one morning when they woke up to find a surprise visitor in their camp, an old man with long gray hair, mustache, and a beard, the same one as they met before in the ghost town. "You again?" said Solus. Who are you? What is your name?" "I don't know," said the old man. "I've been out here for so long I can't remember my name. All that does not matter. I've come to warn you about this place and the danger you are in." "What danger?" Luna asked skeptically. "This place is peaceful and we have everything we need right here." Yes, don't you see that? That's the danger. You're already starting to forget about your thoughts of going home. That is what this meadow does. It wants you to stay and it wants you to be here until it gets too late for you to go. You must leave this place before it gets too late." Solus thought about the old man's words. He turned to Princess Luna. "You know what? I think he's right. Every day we've been coming up with a reason to stay here longer, and we have been here for over a week now. We need to get back home, and we need to go today." Luna said, but it is so lovely here. Can we not just stay here 1 or 2 days longer, please. I love this meadow and the vanilla smell. I do not feel like leaving this place yet. We need to leave today, Luna, said Solus. Let's get ready now, please. I like this place a lot too, as you do, but I want us all to be safe. Please, let's leave now. I'm ready, said Kiko and Sing Song. We should leave now, said Solus. Then he turned around, surprising all of them. I think I recognize you from the saloon painting now. Oh, you must be my lost great-grandfather. Named Helios. I am crazy to think that. Are you my great-grandpa? Actually, I believe I am, but I cannot remember it exactly, Solus. That's why I'm here to help you get back home safely. I do not want you to share the same fate as mine. Solus tried to give Helios a hug, but he could not feel anything. He was very curious about his great-grandpa's history, so he asked him, Great-grandpa, what happened to you? Why did you vanish all those years ago? Grandpa Helios replied with tears in his eyes, I tried to save some visitors, which I succeeded in doing, but then a heavy storm came and the flood washed me through the canyon. I woke up in the ghost town. I noticed something was different with me. I could no longer feel my body. I could not pick up anything, and I could not leave this place anymore. I became a ghost. Solus could not believe the story. There are so many questions I would like to ask you. Is there any chance I can get you out of here? Can I help you somehow? Is there anything I can do for you? Am I going to see you again? We will meet another day, Solus. But now you all have to go, replied Helios. They all quickly said goodbye. Kiko sung a beautiful, heart-touching goodbye song. Then the three of them gathered some food and water and started on their way. This time they were determined to make it across the meadow and back home. And that is where we're going to leave off. Look at that beautiful picture. All right, thank you. And it looks like might be able to wrap it up tomorrow or the next read. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and like to let me know you enjoy this. Thank you. Bye.